Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by. My name's Cece, and this is a project that I made up for myself. I call it One and Done, and I have 10 items that I have never used before that are sitting around in my collection that I just want to break the seal on, get them out of their boxes, out of their plastic wrap, and get them fully into my collection as something I am using and loving. If I don't use a product during the month I've brought it in, it will roll over for up to 3 months. If I don't use it by the end of that third month, then that must mean that I don't really want to, right? So then it will get decluttered and passed on to someone else that would enjoy it more. Now, I have pretty good results for the past month. I have used 8 of the 10 items that I had in the project. First up is my Colourpop Sorbet quad. This was actually its second month in the project, but I did finally use it. Unfortunately, when I did, it broke. So this packaging broke over at this edge. I've heard I'm not the only one that's happened to. It is very frustrating, but that's kind of the price you pay for buying Colourpop, you know? They're not exactly known for their quality, just for putting out massive amounts of product. However, this one is now used at least once. So the first item I did not get to this month was my McGrath Idols Gold Standard eyeshadow. It's very pretty, lovely gold shimmer, but I just haven't opened it up yet. And this actually was its second month in the project, so I have one more month on this. And we'll see. We'll see if I get to it or not. I did, however, use my other 2 Pat McGrath Idols singles. So we have Enraptured and Deep Velvet. These both have been used once, and I really like the packaging. These are fun. I love single eyeshadows, and you probably all know that, so no surprise there. For palettes, I have this Smashbox cover shot in Golden Hour. I really like the cover of this because it's holographic. I did use this one. I only used 2 shades out of it, which were this one and the one next to it, I think. But they were fine. This isn't a palette that really speaks to me because it is mostly shimmers and not like super strong ones. I'm a matte girl and these mattes are a little too light for me, but we used it once and I'm sure we will pull it out again in the near future. Next up is my Refi Cream Blusher in the shade Rose, and I really enjoyed this. I don't normally go for something so light pink, but I felt it worked really well, and it was just a nice feminine pink shade. Now it's got a bunch of lint in it from my brush, because that's what happens to cream blushes. But yeah, that makes it less pretty. That's why I don't like using stuff the first time, because then it's never as beautiful as it was. Oh well. I also did get to my Lottie London Ombre Blush in Haze. Enjoyed this one as well. It is super cute. This one you can't really tell was used, but I did use it, and there we go. Next up is my Ulta Beauty Demi Matte Lipstick in the shade Shiro. Okay, when it said Demi Matte, I didn't know that it actually meant it doesn't dry down, but it does not dry down. And it's a fine shade. But I kind of prefer liquid lips. I don't know. It was okay. And I no longer have the bulky packaging on it, so that's a win. The next item was the other one I was not able to get to. This is the NARS Dolce Vita lip gloss, and I really am curious about this, but I did not use a lot of lippies last month, as you've probably heard by now. So I just set it aside and it will go in for another round. And the last item from last month was this Ulta Beauty Barely There Lippy. It's true, it's barely there. Let me put it on for you so you can see. It is very much a nude. And I used to be really uncomfortable with colors like this, but this isn't too bad. It's not too bad. So this is now the third time I've used it when I only had to make myself use it once. Look at that. Progress. All right, what are we pulling in for this next month? Well, it's all right here on my desk. So I'm going to pull in this Saraphi Botanical's Amla Nude Quad. This is just like the bite-sized eyeshadow palettes from e.l.f. It's very cute. And I haven't had it that long, but it is something I am curious to try. Very neutral and something that I would definitely take on my trips if it works well. So I just want to give it a chance and see. And I like the packaging because it's got the little flowers painted on it. It's very cute. Another mini palette here is the Lorac Mini Pro palette in Winter Rose. I have two others of these little 6-pan palettes and I adore them. This one is a little more pinky, although it is still extremely neutral, but I love the way the shimmers in these work, so I want to try this one out and get it some love. And the last palette I'm pulling in is the Viseart Petite Shimmers Sultry Muse. This is all shimmers, and once again, that's not really my strong suit, but this is really cute. And I do have some mattes that I am working on panning, so this will complement those well. Next up, we have a blush from About Face. This is the Cheek Freak Blush Balm in Quickie. So it is a kind of melon peachy color, which I adore in blushes. And you know what? I was saving this for a while because these are so gorgeous, and this was going to be something that was like a collection piece, but there's two things wrong with it. There is a little black speck in it up here that was there when I got it, and as you can see, the imprint is off center. If that had been centered and there wasn't that black thing in it, I would be keeping this as is, as a collection piece. But it's not, so I am going to force myself to use it. I'm putting a perfume in here. Yeah, this is the YSL Libre perfume, which I got from Sephora. There was a Sephora Favorites Luxe kit that was supposed to have this in it, and it wasn't. There was just a coupon in there to get one. Finally picked it up when I was in Chicago shopping with Laura the Bargain Hunter, so I'm going to try this out. Hopefully it's not horrible. Then I have 3 lippies. So the Lime Crime Ghost Veil Liquid Lipstick Primer. I've never tried a primer for a liquid lip, but I am very curious. I hope it would make them, work better, maybe not flake, not be too dry. I don't know how this works, but I've been curious to try it. I also have a Tarte lippy. This is the Maracuja Juicy Lip Cream in Soft Rose, and I can't wait to try this. Love a lot of their Maracuja Juicy Lips, so I'm hoping this one is a win as well. And then I have this Ulta Beauty lippy that I got in a advent calendar last year. This is Sweet Cheeks Cream Lipstick. I have swatched it before but not used it, but it's a beautiful brown, so I'm excited to try that one out. That's everything for this month. Let me know what you think of my progress and of what I'm pulling in this month. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, you can always subscribe to this channel. I'd love to have you guys around for my panning journey. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you all in my next update. Bye. What the hell is on me?